Minecraft, a game made out of blocks with one goal: thrive. 13 years of development, a $2.5 billion sale, and well over 1 trillion views on YouTube later, we have a problem. Since around 2022, Minecraft content online has become a toxic area of the internet. Hate on the developers at Mojang circulates faster than the Manhunt videos of 2021, and multiple YouTubers have had their lives destroyed by the community. Today, I'm here to talk about this issue. I want to get to the bottom of this, and I want to talk about how we can work together to solve the problem. Let's make Minecraft a kind-hearted community it was always meant to be. From the very beginning, people knew Minecraft was going to be a hit. Marcus Pearson, known by fans as Notch, created the game in June of 2009. Basing work off his previous experience playing the game Infiniminer.
Today's game is Infiniminer from Zachtronics Industries. Infiniminer is a simple freeware computer game with an addicting dynamic world. Today we'll dig deep into this online gold mining simulator, which many of you probably haven't heard of.
Notch was not flying blind into the creation of Minecraft. Having started with version alpha, version beta was released on December 20th, 2010. The game was released fully on November 18th, 2011. The game progressed through many updates pushed out by Notch and his small team at the company Mojang. In September of 2014, Minecraft had progressed to version 1.8.1, the Bountiful update. However, major changes were coming. Mojang had been hugely successful, but Notch had put the studio up for sale. Microsoft, a far better option than most prospective buyers, would buy the company for $2.5 billion. When asked about the purchase, sound artist C418 would comment, "Marcus just wants to be left alone to make little games that no one cares about." That viewpoint makes sense to me. YouTube has always been an extremely popular form of Minecraft content creation over all the years of Minecraft's history, with YouTubers like Captain Sparklez bragging about being there since the very beginning. 2010 was the first major year of Minecraft content on YouTube, with Captain Sparklez becoming famous alongside others like David Angel 64.
Taking fall damage. Number one is to collect more wood. And why do I need more wood? Well, you guys will see. There's something I want to go. Oh, what the heck? Something exploded.
Who recorded themselves playing the game and posted it to YouTube as both a tutorial and entertainment. Hermitcraft is a famous survival multiplayer server which has been running since April of 2012 when YouTuber Generic B decided to invite some friends to a new server. While it started small, today Hermitcraft YouTubers have a total of over 61 million subscribers and counting.
Free diamonds?
Yeah, basically this is free diamonds.
On the combat side of Minecraft, iHas Cupquake ran the first Hunger Games style combat challenge in November of 2013, inspiring countless matches still popular today. By 2014, modded Minecraft had begun to pick up in popularity. YouTubers like DanTDM were putting out videos on their favorite mods with the intention of capturing a younger audience.
To the skies, young piggy! Ah! Aw, yeah. Come on, piggy! Come. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Bacon!
It was around this time that Herobrine content started becoming very popular, based off a prank played by streamer Copeland in 2010, where he claimed an unknown entity was haunting his worlds. During this period, Minecraft would see its first major conflict in the community. In fact, the community would split entirely in half. Before we discuss the controversy itself, let me talk about an important event which happened before the update released. On April 1st, 2015, Minecrafter and Reddit user 3D Dieters found a QR code emerging from snow layers on a type of map known as Superflat when you load up on a new Minecraft world. When followed, it actually did not lead to a rickroll. In fact, it led to an intentional leak of the next update, the 1.9 Combat update. When asked about the QR code on Twitter, the Minecraft developer known as Dinnerbone confirmed that the leak was official by saying, "Darn, I hope this would go unnoticed for a few days. Well spotted, 3D Deeters." When first announced, Minecrafters were very excited about the new combat update. While no one knew exactly what would change, much speculation went around the community about what the changes would be. Before 1.9, all platforms of the game had a very simple system for attacking other players in the environment. Each weapon did a certain amount of damage, with swords dealing the most, and items like shears doing no more damage than a fist. Every time you clicked, more damage was done. The new update, Java Edition 1.9, completely rebuilt the combat system from the ground up. Instead of encouraging spam clicking as a viable strategy for PvP, an attempt was made at slightly more realistic combat styles. Instead of the sword being the only good option for dealing damage, the developers attempted to create a system where the axe and the sword each offered their own advantages in combat. The sword, with the new enchantment Sweeping Edge, made up for the new difficulty in attacking multiple enemies at once, becoming only half of what a player needed for combat against others. The sword was also given a 0.6 second cooldown, and when paired with the 50% boost to damage given when falling, a player could hold the jump key and strike on every fall to deal maximum damage. The axe, with the ability to have the sharpness enchantment, but not other enchantments like Fire Aspect and Sweeping Edge, was given a 1 second cooldown. However, it does do slightly more damage than the sword when both are at their max enchantment levels. Because of this, timing axe hits can be quite difficult. Axes damage the receiving player's armor more, so if you hold out long enough to break someone's armor, you can win the fight consistently. However, the axe is also damaged twice as fast when used as a weapon. The old sword waggle, which blocked half of received damage by holding the sword sideways in front of the character, was replaced with the new shield and improved left-hand capabilities. The left hand, usually referred to as the offhand, could always hold the shield at the ready with one click of the right button, holding up the shield to block all damage. This allowed a player to stay safe and heal or wait for a thrown ender pearl to land without taking further damage. The axe, however, if striking the shield with enough force, would disable the shield for 5 whole seconds, leaving the opposing player unprotected. This update was received with mixed opinions in the Minecraft community. Many people loved the new update, thinking it gave realism and a brand new side of Minecraft to explore. However, many people believed that it made the game too easy. Single-player worlds became easier when a creeper could be killed in one well-timed hit. Possibly because of the apprehension of the Minecraft community, Microsoft decided not to add these features to the Bedrock version of the game or any console or mobile editions. It only applied to Java, the original edition of the game, intended only for computers. Today, we see a pretty even split between Bedrock Edition players and Java Edition players. While Bedrock Edition undoubtedly has a larger number of players due to it historically being cheaper and it being compatible with popular consoles like the Xbox One and PS5, however, Java Edition players are likely to be far more committed to the game, on average gaining more total hours played and participating in the online community more often. One common argument against the combat update is that Microsoft, when purchasing Mojang, decided it needed a revamp and added the new combat update to rejuvenate the game. However, this does not make sense for multiple reasons. First of all, Microsoft was in the process of creating Minecraft for Windows, or Bedrock Edition compatible with Windows computers. This was an attempt to make console editions and computers compatible with each other. If Microsoft had any big changes planned, it would have made perfect sense to add those changes to their own edition of the game and not the Java edition. Instead, we see changes in the Java edition which wouldn't fit well with consoles and accurate controllers. More importantly, however, we can go back to the very first leak of the combat update in the April Fool's update. This April Fool's update came out before Microsoft purchased the game, showing that Mojang was so deep in the development of this combat update that they were willing to make a guarantee to the community that it would be released soon. This split in combat methods is not the only difference between editions. In fact, the two editions are coded in completely different languages. Each edition has its own team of developers aiming for the same general goal, but coding the game in completely different ways. Because of this, Java and Bedrock have historically not been compatible with each other. If you wanted to play with your friends on an online server, you would both have to be on the same edition of the game. In recent years, however, a system has been programmed which allows Java Edition servers to host Bedrock players. I couldn't find an exact date for when this system came to exist, but it has been around since about 2020. On these servers, Bedrock players have to use Java-style weapon cooldowns, but they can still place blocks like normal Bedrock Edition. On this server, all players using Bedrock Edition have a period before their name. In 2019, when most of the combat controversy had cooled, excitement grew over the planned 1.15 Buzzy Bees update. Newer YouTubers like Unspeakable Gaming, Mumbo Jumbo, Grian, Mr. Beast Gaming, Afmal, Tommy Innit, Wisp, and Gamers React started coming to the surface as many of the original YouTubers faded out of the spotlight. Unfortunately, in 2020, most of the world would be required to shelter in place. Politics aside, this was objectively a huge factor in the explosion of popularity in Minecraft. While the game was already growing well, now most of the world had free time at home to play video games and watch video games online. The online community would see waves of content, like Hardcore Minecraft, which became very popular after Philza lost his Minecraft Hardcore world to a baby zombie. The video of that event has now been viewed by millions. The next major conflict, which had been in the background for a while, slowly rose into the spotlight around the year 2020. Starting in 2017, Minecraft developers came up with a well-intentioned plan to involve the community more in the development process. They decided to hold a poll on Twitter, where the community could decide between 3 potential mobs which they wanted to have added to the next version of the game. Calling it the Mob Vote, the first vote was won by the Phantom. Advertised as the first flying overworld enemy, spawning on players who haven't slept for 3 days, it was advertised as a very good option, adding much more challenge to the game. What players did not expect was a mob that, when the conditions were met, would spawn incessantly, have basically no useful drops, and just make the game miserable at the 3rd night without sleep. Not only that, but the Phantom was clearly not given much attention when being coded. Have you ever tried to swim underwater to avoid a Phantom? Even in the most modern versions of the game, phantoms fly as if in the air when underwater. I know some birds can swim, but this is just ridiculous. The next mob vote would have even more controversy. The event was won by the Glow Squid, which everyone expected to light up the new deep-water caves. It was supposed to be a previously unheard-of concept, an entity that could serve as a light source. Nowhere else in Minecraft is this found. However, YouTubers like Tommy Innit would try to prank Twitter by swaying the vote, telling their fanbase to vote for the Glow Squid. They viewed the mob as the worst option and thought it would be funny to tell everyone to vote for it. The Glow Squid did win, and when Mojang released it, it was a huge letdown. It was not a light source, it was just a retextured squid that spawned in the caves, mostly in water streams reaching down from the ceiling. It would spawn, swim out of the stream, and fall to its death, ironically making a good representation of the community's reaction to the mob. The only useful thing about it was the glow ink sacs it dropped upon death. On your single-player world, you could use them to make signs far more legible and stand out among there isn't much of a crowd on a single-player world. Unfortunately, they're very laggy, and they're usually banned in public areas on servers. You can also use them, though, to make glow item frames. I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone use one of these, however, and I can't think of any real reasons why. Even the wiki, as of writing this, is not updated on this block, although perhaps that is a recent issue. The third mob vote was won by the Allay, having the biggest lead in the polls of any winning mob yet. The Allay is capable of picking up as much as a stack of whatever item you give it, searching the nearby ground for items to pick up and throw you. It can also drop blocks and a note block when that block is activated. This mob actually did not have any controversy, which was a welcome relief. Of course, people were disappointed to see the other mobs go, but nothing happened which Mojang did not expect. The most recent mob vote was won by the Armadillo, with the promise of making dog armor out of its scales. From a company that refuses to make dolphins rideable because it would hurt them in real life, it's surprising that you can now take an archaeology brush and receive as many armadillo scutes as you wish. Don't think too hard about that one. I appreciate Mojang's hard work on this one, however, it came with beautiful new wolf textures. The wolf armor, while it could use a better texture, is also quite a needed improvement for wolves. Ironically, when the armor first came out, it was ridiculously weak and could not protect from even a few mobs. But Mojang listened, and the current wolf armor offers a decent amount of protection. One of the reasons why these votes are so controversial is the accusation that Mojang intentionally splits the vote towards one mob. By making one mob better than the other two, which happened to be the blue mob for the first votes, they could control which mob won and make their own job easier. With this, and the aforementioned intentional rigging of the vote by popular YouTubers, the mob vote certainly is not liked to a great extent by the Minecraft community. April Fools has always been a fun day to log into Minecraft. Almost every year, Mojang has released some form of April Fool's prank for us to enjoy. Some of the most notable pranks include the one block at a time update and the vote update. These were exactly how they sounded, with the player having to deal with holding only one block at a time or having to deal with constant votes on new game rules going on. An extremely large number of game rules were added, with lots of room for random chance to create fun scenarios. The most recent update, the Poisonous Potato update, was centered around the idea of course, the poisonous potato. Seen as a completely useless item for much of the history of the game, Mojang decided to make an entire prank update around it. The update included a new boss, tons of new items, and even a completely new method of block placement with the item Flotators. But many people, instead of seeing this as an amazing show of fun-loving side of Mojang, consider this to be revealing of the shortcomings of the development team. If Mojang can create such amazing features in merely a few months as a joke project, why can't they add features to the main game in similar amounts of time? This brings us to the biggest issue seen in Mojang by the community today. On October 3rd, 2020, developers at Minecraft Live announced the theme for the next biggest update, Caves and Cliffs. The update revolved around deeper caves and far taller mountains. As more details came, the update boasted of a new, sprawling underground structure with terrifying new mobs. It advertised a new tall birch biome with beautiful new flowers. It spoke of mountain heights never seen before, even higher than what could previously be built by hand due to the increased building height limit. For the first time since the Aquatic update in 2018, players were drooling over the idea of exploring the new update. But disaster would soon strike. According to the Minecraft fandom, on April 14th, 2021, Mojang Studios announced that the update would be split into two portions due to the amount and complexity of content, as well as team health. It was later announced in Minecraft Live 2021 that the Deep Dark portion, as well as certain items of the Caves and Cliffs update, would be delayed until the Wild update to improve quality. While still excited about the new caves, about half the excitement immediately left. When Caves and Cliffs were finally updated, it was admittedly a top-notch update. Unfortunately, however, Mojang's overestimation of their ability left a sour taste in the mouth for many dedicated players. 1.19, the Wild update, was an impressive one. Unfortunately, it was focused around the ancient city, which was still the delayed update intended for 1.17. Despite this, the update was well-rounded, with only a few controversies surrounding it. The most memorable surrounded the Firefly, intended to be 2 pixels, black and yellow, flying around the new mangrove biome. Unfortunately, because of the decision to add frogs, Mojang decided that fireflies needed to be cut because many fireflies are poisonous to frogs. This created a backlash very large among the more dedicated of the Minecraft community, yet Mojang did not back down. The only similar event I can think of with which this can be compared is the Minecraft parrot. When parrots first came out, they were bred by feeding them chocolate chip cookies. It made sense, as all the items for a cookie could be found, with some work, in a jungle where parrots spawn. But eventually it was pointed out that the chocolate in a cookie would kill the parrot. Soon after, Minecraft changed parrots to fix the issue. Did they remove cookies from the game? No. They made parrots be bred with seeds, and now feeding a parrot a cookie will almost instantly kill it with poison. So why did the firefly have to be removed? Couldn't they code frogs to just not eat fireflies? They coexist in real life, so I see no reason why they can't in Minecraft. Most of the Minecraft community agreed. They would serve as basically another particle effect, like the Spores Blossoms, a huge hit among builders. Minecraft updates since 2020 have been a hot topic. clearly the developers have been limiting their workload, attributing it to health and personal life needs. In 2021, even the April Fool's joke was extremely limited. It seemed to hold about as much content as could be thrown together in a weekend. But in 2022 and 2023, this was not the case. These updates were about the size of a major update, causing many players to wonder, why can't they just take the best features out of the April Fool's snapshots and implement them in the real game? I almost don't want to include this next part of the video, Dream. But he represents something far bigger than his own rather large and loud downfall. No one can argue that his content wasn't incredible. He pulled some spectacular stunts, even if they were set up in advance. He was an amazing PvPer. He always brought an incredible new skill or action to every video he created. Many YouTubers have this idea that every video they post has to be better than the last. Unfortunately, this leads to quickly burning out, like Mumbo Jumbo's extended absence from Minecraft during Hermitcraft Season 9. But Dream somehow pulled it off. Then one day, he made a mistake. He started streaming his attempts at a world record speedrun, and he used his modified version of the game with better random chance statistics. Without going too deep into the technical details, speedruns have many factors that depend on luck. A world record speedrun can be demolished by one bit of bad luck. Your chest has one too few obsidian, your piglins trade too little gold, your blazes won't drop enough blaze rods, your dragon won't perch on time. So many speedrunners cheat by modifying the game to make those odds just a little bit better. It's impossible to tell in the old version of the game Dream used whether a single run is lucky or cheated in this way. But Dream, if he cheated intentionally, made a mistake. Had he only shared his one world record with the world, he would never have been caught. But someone went back to his streams from attempting the world record and realized that over the course of his streams, Dream had been very lucky. Too lucky. After a lot of very technical math, it was found that Dream's luck was basically impossible to achieve. And so, the record was taken off the official speedrun list, and Dream began a fight for his career. Everyone knows what happened next. Dream made a lot of mistakes, fighting for his pride and his self-righteousness. I don't know what things he said were lies and what weren't, but I do know he admitted to cheating, and I know that he paid dearly. Many allegations were made, likely false, but only Dream and the accuser know for sure. Even Dream's friends, especially George Not Found, were hit with allegations of terrible misconduct. Now Dream is one of the most hated names on YouTube. Mention him on a Minecraft server, and the most likely response is someone calling him a criminal. His face reveal came at the worst possible time, not helping the public's opinion of him. Come on guys, give him a break. Even if he's a cheater, he basically broke the YouTube algorithm. Show some respect for the ingenuity that got him to where he was in 2021, ruling Minecraft content on YouTube. Dream represents something incredible. He mentioned it in his face reveal. A faceless YouTuber with some skill and friends became famous nearly overnight, inspiring millions around the world. If we merely learn from his mistakes in the end and perhaps not promise a 50 million subscriber face reveal, anyone can do as well as him and even better. That one can create such incredible fame for themselves in such a short time is incredible and serves as a representation of the beauty of how our internet works today. I find it inspiring. Dream, I apologize for the community's harsh actions and reactions, as I believe benefit of the doubt and grace should have been given much more freely. Instead, YouTube took the opportunity to ruin a man's career over a mistake that was not necessarily malicious. That was wrong. Finally, there's one more debate I have seen sparked quite recently online. Well, not even a debate per se. I've seen many people online saying that Minecraft is not what it once was. It's not as hard as it used to be. You can be set up with full gear and tools in an afternoon, and from there, there's no challenge anymore. Those people are wrong. Well, they're right about one thing. The game has been played to the point where there isn't much new about it. But as you grow up, you get better at a game you love. You lose your creativity that kids have. You lose the sense of adventure as you find out more about the game, especially through the overabundant online content focusing on the game. But that does not mean that Minecraft is outgrowing us, or that we are outgrowing Minecraft. I believe that as Minecraft seems to get easier, our goals must get bigger. I don't want my experience in Minecraft to be survival. It's a sandbox game, not a role-playing game. The goal of the game for me is to thrive, to be rich. Sometimes single-player worlds are not enough to satiate that hunger, and people move to multiplayer servers online. But it's still possible today, even with the extensive knowledge that we've gained about the game. Rather famously, Mojang never gave Minecraft a tutorial world. Yeah, 4J Studios gave certain console editions a tutorial world, and it was an incredible thing, but my point still stands. You're never taught how to play the game. You're given a few tips on how to control your character and how to interact with the world around you, but never does the game teach you what a nether portal is and how to light it. Never tells you about strongholds. It would be nearly impossible to find an elytra without seeing others find it online. You would never even make it to the outer end islands. That mystery of the game of not knowing those things as a first-time player is bound to wear off. But now, you can only take the game farther than ever before. Fine. You really want Minecraft to be about surviving, huh? Then go to CurseForge and find one of the countless incredible mods that allow you to play the game with that sense of mystery and unknown all over again. You can add dragons, origin stories with special powers, new storage methods, new foods, new biomes, new everything. It'll keep you busy. But Mojang, I think they are doing just fine with the direction they're taking Minecraft. Once a sandbox game, always a sandbox game. There are some issues with Minecraft today. Totems are far too easily farmed. Villagers are far too easily abused for overpowered gear and easy resources. But these things are being fixed in the next update. Other problems exist too. Balance issues that make the game not fun. People accuse Mojang of not working hard enough, when they are working as hard as possible to push out the next update, to the point of having to delay the Caves and Cliffs update for their health. Things found in the snapshots can never be plopped into the next version of Minecraft without any extra work. Those things were never play-tested, never approved for the official lore of the game, just thrown together with all the bugs and glitches included. Watch the snapshots and see how even the simplest items are reworked countless times before the final release. Something like the mace, or the warden, or the trial chambers must take thousands of hours of total work from the team. Even so, I trust that Mojang can fix those issues that do exist without hurting the original intentions of the gameplay. They even add new challenges all the time, like the warden and the trial chambers. Sure, the warden is pretty easy to defeat with enough practice, but for a while, with that sense of unknown, it was scary to all of us who cared for our Minecraft player's life. It's my opinion that, with all this combined, we have a problem. Most Minecraft players are casual and love the game when they do play it every so often. These are the vast majority of players. However, the small minority of dedicated players have a very poor culture right now. Those players, the only ones created content online, are seen as the face of much in Minecraft. Those same players are the ones complaining about Dream, complaining about the developers, complaining about everything, where I don't see a large problem. This needs to change. One more thing. DocM77, a YouTuber famous for working closely with his community to create incredibly technical machines on the server Hermitcraft, did have something to say about this issue.
You know, there's always this talk, right, supposedly, I'm saying, that Mojang devs are lazy. For the people that know the game for a while, no, that's not the case. They know the development process of Minecraft is complicated, as it is a multi-platform thing, right? And then there is also the Bedrock version, and it makes it tedious, because there is this idea of, parity and so on. And in my opinion, Mojang devs are not really lazy. I think they are working hard to get things done. And then there's these people that constantly post about, oh man, the community needs to stop talking about the developers are lazy. They are not. And then they do these, heroic posts defending Mojang, almost kind of virtue signaling, based on this negative narrative that the community supposedly always says Mojang is lazy. So I was looking through my posts, I read all the comments and stuff. And out of thousands, I don't find comments people ranting about Mojang, and on Twitter, same, like in my community or generally, I'm not under the impression that a big dominating topic of the community constantly is like Mojang devs are lazy. I mean, people are maybe unhappy about updates, they wished for something else or something to be implemented different, okay, like criticism also, but this lazy talk, I don't see that. So, I don't know. There's people out there that enjoy to create this kind of negative narrative and then, come in and go like, yeah, but it's not true, Mojang is so nice. While they're the only people that constantly claim the community would say Mojang are lazy. I mean, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. But I was never under the impression that you constantly think about how lazy Mojang is now. At least you don't comment about it. So, yeah, let me know what you think. I'm pretty happy with the upcoming updates now. There's going to be some cool stuff in there. And generally, I don't know. The content I make is not so dependent on updates. If there's anything happening with updates, it sometimes breaks things we make, together with the hive mind, right? I feel people put too much emphasis on all the new content you can do with these new updates and stuff. I mean, there's so much stuff to do. A lot of the hive mind people still play in 1.18 or something, right? But they're not done yet. They didn't upgrade versions yet because there's so much more things to do in the game. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel those people that constantly whine are kind of struggling a bit, maybe with inspiration or so. Sometimes don't know what to do, and then the best thing to do is kind of either rant about Mojang or be the defending hero for Mojang, or be in between and create a narrative and then just make content about it. I don't know. Sometimes, too much whining, a bit more positivity would help. Just saying.
Doc, I understand what you're saying. From your perspective, people don't seem too plussed about the development of Mojang. But you have to understand, your supporters are the ones who can watch videos over an hour long every week and not get lost in the technicalities of everything you do. You don't interact with those who just watch the Hermitcraft recap to catch up with what you're doing. Your community, the hive mind as you call it, is by nature going to understand those concepts on a different level than the normal Minecraft enthusiast. Scroll through r/Minecraft on Reddit, the negativity will find you. I do still believe in the Minecraft community. I've seen it work for good multiple times. The easiest scenarios to see are fundraisers. Right before Technoblade's death, he held a fundraiser for finding a cure for his type of cancer. To this day, he raised over $1 million for the Sarcoma Foundation of America, almost holding martyr status among the Minecraft community. Join a random server, mention Technoblade, and you will likely receive a chorus of people honoring him by saying "Rest in peace" or "Techno never dies," a catchphrase he made up for online battles, but which unironically followed him after his death in real life. You may even get a mention of Jelly, the cat of YouTuber Good Times with Scar. The cat passed away recently and was basically immortalized by the addition of a new cat texture in the game, which looked like Jelly in real life. Jelly beat out two other options, Garfield and a different YouTuber's cat, by a landslide when polled by Mojang. These types of stories are the stories I love to see in the Minecraft community. Stories of hope and dedication to a player or event. Why can't these stories take the stage in Minecraft? Why must the community be drawn to controversy and strife? Please, consider all these issues, whether they're really important to you, and whether you can lay them aside to support the game we all love and the hardworking developers who dedicate so much to Minecraft. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.